want to try to hold true is to keep whatever's our successful model in Colorado and how we do things and how we come to market and what we present to, the buyer. It's got to be the exact same in other markets. And we do that by controlling the growth, by, having transplants from that train here with us in Colorado. We transplant them in those other markets so that we know the practices from, cloning to veg to flower to harvest is all exactly the same. We try to use the phrase all the time that, Pepsi is Pepsi everywhere. We want to try to be consistent. Quality, consistency is really what's makes a business last. So it's got a lot of challenges with this, but slow and steady, I would say, is really what we're focusing on.
So yeah, because I think a lot of companies got big too quick. You get too big for your quality, and then you lose your quality.
Yeah. So when you guys start to try to expand your reach and things like that, do you come across like working with different states potentially? Like, oh, you guys are from Colorado. Does that kind of give you a leg up there? Are they like, you guys know what you're doing, or does that not really fucking matter?
No, I think it definitely holds weight for sure. I mean, Colorado is probably one of the most heavily regulated markets within the country. I mean, between the testing and the compliance and everything that we've got to follow and go through to come to market with a clean product is above and beyond really any other state in the country. So when we bring our SOPs and how we do things and practices to other states, it's looked at as the staple on how you should do things,
See, and so this is my one question, because oftentimes, y'all have not necessarily an intimate size grow, but y'all have a very normal size, especially for Colorado. It's average. She tells me it's average. But, like when you go to new markets and, there's that one brand that's out there where they oftentimes will lean on the growers in the local community, maybe steal their product without giving them credit. But what we've also seen is that sometimes the product suffers on your end when you do grow too much. Is that a cause for concern to make sure that you don't necessarily throw your name into every hat, whether it be Oregon, Arizona, Nevada? Are y'all trying to make sure you manage growth and expectations properly?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so as of right now, we're trying to be as strategic as possible, with kind of some of the markets that we're entertaining going into. New Jersey for us is kind of a no-brainer. A lot of us are from the East Coast that are part of the team. We have great partners in New Jersey that are really tapped into the community there. And it's an East Coast play. So, New Jersey was an absolute for us. We have a play in Boston as well. And it's actually with an old friend that we used to do business with here in Colorado, who was a dispensary owner who now owns retail on that side. So it's an easy transition, kind of seamless to do business with someone that you trust and have done business with, before. Another strategic play like California. I'd love to be on the shelves in California, but I don't want to do business in California. It's a shit show over there.
You have to pay to get on.
Yeah, and I feel bad. I feel bad for the business and the operators there for what's kind of going on, and we don't really want to be a part of that, but would love to have the brand there. And really, another strategic market that we would love to be in is obviously Florida. I think Jason and I firmly believe that Florida is going to be one of the most successful markets in the country, just for the fact of tourism and the transient market there, and obviously the consistent party and everyone's kind of
spring breakers.
So yeah.
So here's a question for you. I think most folks look to Colorado, and I've asked and used this quote a couple times, look to Colorado as the beacon for the cannabis industry. And so while we see certain legislation be unveiled in other states, whether it be hospitality license going quicker to market, things of that nature, do you feel that starting here in Colorado, with how we're maybe a little more meticulous from tracking of seed to sale and everything like that, has prepared you? And how has the market's laws been in those other states to where you're like, oh shit, it's a little bit easier to kind of navigate New Jersey now that we have our friends there? Or is it difficult, same, but different? How is the vibe over on those other states?
Go ahead.
I think a lot of the other states are still trying to figure it out, right, Jay? Obviously Oklahoma's like the Wild West. So they're just giving licenses out like it's free. It's just whatever.
Don't test their products.
They
don't test their products really.
Yeah, there's no testing, there's no metric, there's no accounting.
No.
Interesting.
They have.
I think Metric's about to start next month or June or something. I think they're trying to implement Metric, but as far as the black market, it's the biggest in the country, and it's affecting everything around. I think the whole entire country down there. But as far as the other states, you know, I think the other one's going to be more regulated. But as Anthony said, we're already bringing that blueprint, and even if they're not regulated, we're going to regulate it like we do here, anyways.
Y'all are,
because it's going to be.
We're going to just follow practice.
Yeah. Even if it's over-regulated. Yeah, even if it's over-regulated, I mean, what's wrong with that? So, you know, it goes even to hanging chains on your lights. The Denver Fire Department is the only one that does that in the country. You know, you see California people extension cords everywhere and no security on their lights hanging down. And so it's a lot different, but we're going to carry that same blueprint everywhere we go.
I mean, y'all seen great success here in our local, you know, community and market and things of that nature. So like you were saying, take that blueprint and translate. So I think that's a great call. That's really well played.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to ask y'all some personal questions, you know, cartoon characters, dinosaur questions, things along those lines. But before we do, if folks wanted to know more about Cherry, y'all's products, y'all's social media, where they can maybe peruse y'all's selection, obviously Instagram's a mega cunt when it comes to promoting your products. But how can folks find y'all's products on the shelves before checking Weed Maps?
Yeah, I mean, our social media is a big play for us, you know, at Cherry_Colorado on Instagram. We post a lot there, drops, and obviously anything that we've come out with, that's the latest and greatest. And then you have at cherrybrand.com is our website, which has kind of a map to say this is who we sell to, and these are our partners in that space. But that's kind of where we're at. And then obviously, we have at CoolBeans_Colorado too, Jay, right?
Yep, 3 O's.
Yep, 3 O's. That's it.
Got to. Like, we got dinged. I think we had Chiba Cheese on the podcast last week. We literally just posted a graphic on our Instagram to be like, hey, learn more about eating edibles and hilarious antics from when we used to eat Decados. And we couldn't even keep that bitch up for a fucking week. It got pulled down. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So
yeah,
it's possible these days.
We're trying to get on that. We're trying to learn that Discord. You know, it seems that's where everybody in the space is going to. So we're trying to start that up here in the next soon. So
hey, I like it. We'll follow y'all because y'all seem to know kind of the plot and the plan. So we're just going to follow y'all's page and go.
There you go.
That's it. Hope for the best. Then we can expand with y'all to the Northeast and to Florida, Chris.
There we go. That's it.
Sandwiches and hoagies. Well, speaking of Cuban sandwiches and hoagies, Chris, we've got a native here. We've got a longtime transplant that obviously both stoners, which means they both love to eat, even if it's healthy or good, or dank as we like to prefer. I say we ask them some personal questions. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with the native, and then we got somebody from Jersey, or Long Island, they got to know about sandwiches and subs.
Sure.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Let's get to it. Okay, so here's a question, and I've asked your neighbors across the street this, but where's your sandwich of choice? We'll start with Anthony because you've got to find your fix for a hero, hoagie, whatever y'all call them.
Yeah. Actually, Carmine Leonardo's.
Yeah,
right?
I knew that was it.
Yeah, it's I mean, for me, it's probably the closest thing I can get to going to my pork store in New York and getting a nice sandwich, you know, cold cuts and whatnot. But yeah, that's what we've been hitting at. We've been hitting that lately.
Fuck yes, that's what.
What's your go-to sandwich choice?
It's either an Italian or a chicken parm. Usually a chicken parm.
All right, Jason. So flex on them a little bit. Obviously, I love Carmine Leonardo's. It's a heater. Shout out to AJ Schaefer for putting me on it. That's a great.
Ironically, it's Carmine's because Anthony introduced me to that. But I'll go a little different on the answer. I like Snarf's. You know, Snarf's is one of my favorite sandwich items.
They have a killer Italian too.
They do. They got some good sandwiches.
Their hot pepper, that giardinara.
Oh. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you can regularly find those around the community. And it's
absolutely
a Colorado brand. Didn't it start in Fort Collins or Boulder?
Yeah, I think that's, he's got his East Coast brand. I got my Boulder brand over here.
That's what we needed. We needed you to, like, I mean, both are kind of in that same cut of the rug of long ass sandwiches that deliver like a snack after you eat because you can't put the whole thing down. I like
yeah.
You know, I was just thinking, I got a hard hitting one that often gets overlooked with these sandwich questions. What bag of chips do you grab with your sandwich?
Ooh,
It
salt and
depends on the
vinegar.
sandwich for me, man. Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
first-
I mean, some sandwiches work with a salt and vinegar. Some go with like a Sun Chips original cheddar.
Jalapeno.
It really depends on what mood I'm in. I'll go with a barbecue Lay's. You know, you never know.
Was that you, Jason, that said jalapeno?
Yeah, you never know. If my stomach can take it that day, I'll throw some jalapenos in there. You know?
I'm in the
it.
same camp for that one. That's my chip of choice, especially with the Snarf's Italian. Those zaps, they hit the spot. Chris, that was a really good follow-up. That was well played.
It's either that or do you always eat the pickle that comes with the sub, or do you pass on
Absolutely eat it.
I definitely eat the pickle. Absolutely.
I eat the
Okay,
white
guys.
pickle too.
Here's our next question. We'll get you off the food train and see if y'all can find solace in this next one, or at least we'll have some variants of answers. We're going happy hours. Let's say you had a long day with the team and everyone deserves a beer. You'll just, it's harvest day. Everyone trimmed, all hands on deck. Where are you going to take the crew to grab some drinks? Is it Rome's?
Yeah, it's definitely Rome's. I was gonna ask
It's Rome's for sure.
You know the neighborhood. You know the neighborhood.
I used to live just down the street from y'all's office. I mean, technically, we probably could have done this one in person, but schedules are a nightmare. We'll all have to go to a happy hour and a site visit.
We'll meet at Rome's.
Hold up, I've never been to Rome's.
We gotta go, Chris.
We gotta go.
The staff is dressed appropriate, and they have killer cheese sticks and chicken wings.
They do have
very professional. Very professional.
And if I recall, they used to open at like 7:30 or 8 for that third shift of people that wanted a breakfast burrito and maybe a shot of Jim Beam and a tall beer.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do that. I'm not trying to air out anybody's personal business. But it was a great breakfast.
What a location, though, right in the middle of all these, greenhouses and the, industry. Like, it's just one restaurant in the middle of nowhere.
What a perfect business, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well, y'all are right next to Lao Wang's Noodle House too. So if you ever dip over there for some soup dumps,
check that out.
Yeah.
What is that? Federal, and it's not far from. Maybe it's Federal in Florida. It's right in y'all's wheelhouse, somewhere around there.
All right, it's not too far.
Yeah, solid Asian food in that block over there.
Nice.
Okay, guys, so we've gotten a couple things down. We know exactly where we can find y'all after work, where we may be able to catch you on your lunch break. These questions may be a little bit more intimate. And so I want y'all to be prepared for this. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Sure.
If you were going to have sex with one cartoon character, who would it be and why? Jason's got one.
I would do Marge Simpson. I love her tall blue hair,
That is fantastic.
That's our first Marge.
She's got a great body, great body.
And in the game, I can't remember, but like in the Simpsons game, she was an absolute unit for those that hang out at 1UP. She's a weapon. So I like it. She's probably a feisty one. I like that answer. Good luck, Anthony, beating that one.
Yeah, I mean, shit. The one that came to my mind I was going to go with the mom from Family Guy.
Oh,
Lois. I feel like she's just, Lois. That's right. There's a freak in there somewhere. I've seen a couple of good episodes there.
It's not only that, but there's also pictures of the internet, and I'm not one of those people, but there are people, and you know what I'm talking about, don't you? They make cartoon people like look slutty as shit. Lotus,
yes, she's always the first one.
Yeah, and it's like you mentioned she's a little feisty. It's that. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Jessica Rabbit, so I'm glad y'all went away from it because that's kind of a cheap answer.
Those were great.
Those were A+ answers. Chris, you want to follow up with dinosaurs?
Oh yeah. This is always a good one.
I think
so hopefully you guys
these
hit
are good guys
one.
for this one.
All right, so Jason, if you could be a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be and why?
I'd be a raptor. They're mean, they're fast, they're just badasses. I'd be a raptor.
They hunt in packs. Sure. I don't know if
they can pack. Oh yeah, and they'll kick your ass. They'll beat a T-Rex ass for sure.
Sometimes you don't have to be the biggest, the biggest dog in the fight to win.
Nah.
I like it.
No, they're mean.
All right, Anthony, good luck. What's yours?
I mean, shit, I was literally going to say the same answer. You know,